Friends, thanks for tuning in. Today I have a simple message, and I'm going to be talking about slowing down. And I think the reason I'm drawn to talking about this today is actually just for myself. This is what I need to remember and be reminded of and focus in on for this next week. So for anyone who's seen my many recent videos, I've been talking about this new schedule that I'm in my life. And my life is my schedule at least is more full than it's been in many years. I'm doing more things out in the world than I've done in a long time. And yeah, it's an adjustment, but I feel like I'm able to show up and I'm doing what I need to do and I'm making steps. So it feels good, and yet at the other side, there's a reality that I don't have things to necessarily update for every single week. And so it's not always quick and not always exciting. There's not always something to talk about in these logs about my day-to-day and week-to-week life. And so in this, I've been feeling this past week especially a restlessness and distraction and dissociation. And mostly I've been feeling it when I'm on my own, when I'm not doing all the other things, when I have time to myself, which feels very surprising to me because my time to myself has always been very dear to me and very important, and I need it. And so the fact that when I'm on my own right now, I feel scattered, restless, distracted. I find myself being strongly pulled into scrolling on my phone and just brain rotting, and it leaves me feeling very drained, and this sense of why am I wasting my time like that? There's so many things, so many practices, so many things that I could be doing, that I've been doing for years, that would be so healthy and important for me. And yet I'm rotting my brain on the black screen hypnotism. And as I've considered it, the times in my life where I tend to do that are times where I feel emotionally overwhelmed. And so maybe there's more going on, but that's what the past times where I start doing that, it's where I just feel at capacity. I feel kind of overwhelmed. And as I consider where that's coming from, the other day between things, I came out here for a walk before I had to go somewhere else in order to try to center myself, try to calm down. And the land out here just gave me such a clear message, being out here in nature and being quiet, not distracting myself, having the space. Simply slow down. I just need to slow down. The land and the trees and the nature, it generally just moves so much slower than human society. It's completely different. And yet everything happens. Growth continues. The trees grow slowly, but they grow large and powerful and stable, full of life. And I think I've gotten caught up in all the human activity. The human world has a rhythm, has a resonance that's so fast. It's just it's so quick, as opposed to nature is so much more stable and slow and completely different resonances. between being in the city and being out in the forest. And so I need to come back to being in the slowness that I so appreciate and I have been cultivating and trying to settle into for many years as I live out here in the forest and the mountains. And yeah, I found part of the restlessness and where this big energetic emotional drain is coming from is in all of the things that I'm doing. I'm a beginner, I'm new, I'm training. And I think there's a part of me that is trying to get past that, is trying to rush ahead of that, is trying to get to the point where I can add value, where I can, show up rather than just having to learn and be trained and taught, get past that to where I can do what I need to do. It's sort of like starting a new job is always like the beginning has that anxiousness of you don't know what's going on and you want to be able to do your job, but you need to learn how to do it first. And I've noticed, a new job is much more stressful, much more anxious than simply once you know what you're doing, that feeling goes away. And so since I'm doing so many new things and all of it, I'm a beginner in all of it, and all of it's stretching my comfort zone, I think there's a part of me that's trying to rush ahead, that's trying to get to the point where I'm not just the beginner, where I can be a real part of it, and like that step once you know what you're doing. And so the reality is, though, trying to rush past that is not helping anything. It's just like spinning cycles, revving myself when I can't go anywhere. I'm at where I'm at. I'm new and I'm learning and I'm a beginner, and I can just accept that. I can slow down, not worry about it, not try to get anywhere, because there's also not realistically anywhere for me to even get to. I have training scheduled until mid-spring, mid to late spring. So this is just where I'm at for a little while. And so I can just let go of trying to be where I'm somewhere that I'm not and trust the process. I can just trust the process. It reminds when things are meant to move quicker, they happen on their own. They happen naturally. Reminds me of surfing. You're not in control of the waves. You're waiting for the waves. And when it comes, it'll take you. Or sailing, a big metaphor that I love here. When the winds pick up, the sails will catch them. There's nothing you can do to force the wind to come. And rather than me being in this posture of, when's the wind coming? When can I start doing something? When will I be past this training? I want to add more value. I don't want to be this beginner. And I don't want to be in all this discomfort of learning and being stretched in this learning process of learning these things that are not comfortable. So rather than spending all this energy in that cycle, I can let go of that. I can stop, just trust where I'm at and trust the process. And rather than burning the energy, I can simply, the surfer, you're not passive. You're listening, you're feeling for the waves, you're feeling for what's happening and what's coming. You're not in control of it, but you're attuned to it. And I'm waiting for the wind. Not in control of it, but I'm listening. And I'm attuning and waiting. Actively waiting. Intentionally waiting. When the movement really starts happening, when there's more things for me to do, rather than just needing to learn and be trained and be taught, it'll be there when it needs to be. And it reminds me of in Lord of the Rings, when the hobbits meet the trees, the Ents. Everything the Ents do is very slow. They and on a whole different time frame than how the hobbits are used to. And so the trees teach me very much, and the slowness of the trees. Trees are never going fast, I don't think, and yet they grow and they become big and strong and rooted, full of life. And so that's the rhythm that I need to come back to this week and need to be in. This is the reminder, the insight that has come through this week, and the reason I'm making this video is reminding myself. So I hope whoever's in a similar place can receive something from this, but at the same, so this is just where I'm at, and I wanted to share it, and this is the video log for this week. So thank you for being here, and until next week.